What's up, Mountain Tough? Coach Nick here, and I wanted to share with you guys our top 4 mobility exercises for the bow hunters out there to get you guys ready for archery season. So this routine is going to address a lot of the imbalances and mobility restrictions we see a lot of times with archers and get you guys feeling as good as you can leading up to archery season. What you guys are going to need is a foam roller and a couple sets of bands and something secure to attach them to. So I've got a moderate resistance band here, the red one, and then a lighter yellow one here. We're gonna do this routine as a follow along. I want you guys doing 2 full rounds. You can follow along with me at home. We're gonna start with that foam roller. So we're gonna get a little thoracic extension here, placing that foam roller on our mid back. Wanna keep a little tilt in our pelvis so we're not rounding through our low back here. Hands behind the head, elbows in. All we're doing here is extending over that foam roller. So we're mobilizing our mid back, our thoracic spine. It's an area that we see a lot of people have restrictions. And if we can't extend through our mid back, it's gonna put more stress on the shoulder. So we're starting here, mobilizing our mid back before we start mobilizing our shoulder. You guys can move up and down a little bit, try to discover and find those areas that feel most restricted. We're just leaning back, pausing for 2 to 3 seconds, coming back up. Good, just trying to get some good extension through that mid back. Good, after about 30 seconds there, we're gonna kick that foam roller to the side. I'm gonna use this band attached low to the rig. Tricky thing on this one is the setup. So we're gonna take this band, put it around our back, and then put our arm through here. So what we're gonna do now is a little band assisted rotation. So hand is behind the head. We're gonna drop that elbow in and then bring the elbow up to the ceiling, letting that band pull us a little bit further. Good, so now we've worked on extension with the foam roller. Now we're going into some thoracic rotation, which is gonna be required when you guys are pulling that bow. And we're gonna do this on both sides, just so we can address some of those issues that we get because we're pulling the bow the same direction each time. Good, each time we go up, try to let that band pull you just a little bit further. Good, all right, after that, let's go ahead and switch sides and change directions here for us. Remember, band is around the back, reaching through, and then on the front of our shoulder. Hand behind the head, we're dropping that elbow in, rotating up, and letting that band pull us just a little bit further. You guys will probably find that one side is gonna be a little bit more mobile than the other, and that's okay. If you notice some stiffness, spend a little extra time on that side that feels more limited. Good, we're gonna do just a couple more reps on this side. Good, last one here. Good little hold at the top, let that band pull our shoulder up. Good, and then coming out nice and easy. All right, so we've worked on that mid back, getting into extension and rotation. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna strengthen into that rotation. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna double up that thicker band, and we're gonna do a banded bow pull. We're gonna do 8 on each side with a 3-second hold. So we're pulling back, just like we would drawing that bow, having that opposite hand to counterbalance against. Good, and really using that shoulder blade to initiate that movement and retract back. Good, you guys are more than welcome to, if you like this exercise, to do longer holds. We know sometimes when we pull that bow back and draw on an animal, we're gonna have to hold for a longer period of time. Sometimes I'll even have people to build up to 30-second, 45-second holds with this exercise. Good, one more. Good. Now we're gonna switch sides. So those of you guys that are right-handers, we wanna do this on the left side too, so we're evening things out. We know a lot of times people are gonna start feeling a lot of pressure on that shoulder that's pulling back every time. So we wanna even that out and pull on the opposite side as well. Same number here, we're going 8 reps with a 3-second hold. Good, last one here, really initiating by pulling that shoulder blade back, keeping that elbow high. Good, and relax from there. All right, We can put that band down on the rack again. We're gonna do one more to help build some strength into that new range of motion that we gained through those first few. So this one is gonna be a retraction, starting by pulling that shoulder blade back. We're gonna rotate to 90 degrees here and then punch up. Good, so the key on this one is to maintain that retraction at our shoulder blade as we rotate and press. What we're trying to do here is really build that stability around our shoulder blade, around the scapula, and support that rotator cuff, and ultimately build some strong and stable shoulders. Okay, let's go one more and then we're switching sides. All right, we're gonna switch sides here. I'll angle so you guys can see me a little bit more here. So we're retracting that shoulder blade back, rotating to 90, keeping that retraction, and pressing up. You guys will start to feel those shoulders burning after doing a few reps here. Again, lighter band for this one. It doesn't take a lot to really feel this. Okay, let's do two more. All right, last rep. Retract, rotate, and punch up, back down to the beginning. All right, there's round one. We're gonna repeat through that one more time, starting back at the top with that thoracic extension. We'll move a little quicker through it the second time around since we know what we're doing. We don't wanna extend through that low back. We're extending and mobilizing into that thoracic spine. If this is pretty easy, you guys are pretty mobile, you can hold a small weight behind your head as well if you want to make this a little bit more effective. Really helpful for those of us that sit behind the computer all day as well. Good, couple more reps. Feel that stretch. Good, last one here. All right. Okay, let's kick that foam roller to the side. We're gonna go back down to our thoracic rotation with that band. So band is around our back, through there, attached to the front of the shoulder, down on the hands and knees, and we're letting that band pull us into rotation. Second time through, those joints should be feeling a little bit more warm, so we should be able to get a little bit further into that rotation. I like to follow my elbow with my eyes too, because then you get that rotation through your neck, so it makes it actually more efficient. We get a little bit more movement through that thoracic spine. Okay, let's go two more reps and then we're switching sides. All right, switching it up, going over to my right, band behind the back. Arm is through. Good, let's see if we can get a little bit further on that side. So if you're right-hander, really more important to mobilize that right side, but again, let's try to keep things even and address some of those limitations. Good, two more. Last rep here. Open up at the top, let it pull you, hold a couple seconds. Oof. All right, and then out of there. All right, on to a little strengthening. Let's grab that band, double it up again. We're gonna do some of those bow pulls. We'll do same rep scheme, 8 reps with a 3-second hold. So really initiating that movement through the shoulder blade. Brace the core there. You guys can get in your stance. So we all know that it's hard to pull that bow back, numerous times when we're practicing. So this is a good way to reduce that load on the shoulder, but still get those reps in, still build that muscular endurance and mobility through the shoulder. So this is where you should feel that little bit of rotation that we just worked on with the last exercise. So let's do one more and then we're gonna switch. All right. To that left side here, Keep that good counterbalance through that front arm. A little pause at the end. Again, at home, you guys are more than welcome to work on longer holds. We're going for 8 reps, that 3-second hold. Good, 2 more here. As the shoulder gets tired, making sure we're still remembering to initiate by retracting that shoulder blade, pushing forward through that front arm. All right, red band is done. Let's go on to our retraction to overhead press here. So we're starting with the left. Again, starting with that retraction of the shoulder blade, rotate up, and then we're punching. And then the exact opposite to return to the start. So a lot of stability at the shoulder really starts with that retracted position of the shoulder blade. So making sure we're getting that allows that rotator cuff to function a little bit better as we rotate. Good, let's do 2 more here. Last rep, feeling the shoulders burning, and press. Okay. Last movement here, going over to our right side, working on that retraction, rotate to 90, keep that stable shoulder as we press overhead. It's really common on this one for people to not be able to hold this 90 degrees and press overhead, but that's where you're gonna really get that magic out of that rotator cuff. So fight to get that full rotation with the press. Even if you have to back off tension a little bit on that band and start with a little bit of slack, that'll allow you to get into a better position. We're going 2 more. Good, retract that shoulder blade, rotate the hand up, and then we're pressing overhead. Whew. All right, my shoulders are feeling it. All right, Mountain Tough, there is a quick and easy routine that you guys can do to get ready for archery season and get that mobility feeling good in those shoulders. All right, let us know what you think, bookmark that, and do that leading up to the season.